time now for another new Miami Proud. This week we have the story of a local man who is making a difference for victims of a crime that is more common here than you may think.
Yeah, CBS 4's Brooke Shafer shows us how Roger DeHart, a bailiff in Broward County Court, is bringing awareness to the issue of human trafficking one step at a time.
I work in domestic violence court, and so you're dealing with a lot of emotions. You're dealing with a lot of, a lot of sad issues. They're already feeling distressed and anxious, and so I try to look out for that, and I try to go over there and give them that extra hug or that word of encouragement.
Roger DeHart is doing all he can for the most vulnerable, on the job and off. Working in the court system, he was shocked to learn Florida is among the worst states in the nation for human trafficking.
If Florida's number 3 in the country, how come I'm not seeing many cases being prosecuted? So that was the first red flag for me.
He learned this crime is happening in communities, often in plain sight. Victims include runaways, foster kids, and immigrants.
Vulnerable teenagers, vulnerable people, period, being preyed on by someone that wants to take advantage of them.
He was moved to raise awareness for this cause, starting with speaking to schools and churches. He said, if you're going to talk the talk, then walk the walk.
You don't walk through 5 states over 1,000 miles just to want to raise awareness. It's too many challenges that come with that mentally and physically, so it had to be a deeper issue.
In 2018, he walked from Broward County
only 150 more miles to go
to Washington, D.C. for strangers and for personal reasons.
In middle school, I lost my dad, and I got bullied a couple times. I didn't want anyone to feel vulnerable, insecure, because I remember feeling that way.
He kept on walking, and word got around.
My first 2 walks, it was just me, but I had people in different states and cities join me for a mile or 2.
He's supported by donors like Soulfly, providing shoes and clothing, and his colleagues all the way to the top of the courthouse.
I mean, he has got a 24-year career with BSO, and he could probably retire whenever he wanted to. And here he is calling attention to such a tragic thing that's occurring in our society these days. So we couldn't be more proud of Roger.
He firmly believes if you can change one life, it was worth the effort.
I was walking through Malibu, and I got an email from an organization called Erase Child Trafficking.
A recently rescued victim was shown Roger's story.
She showed her my story. When she saw me walking, she said, if this guy's willing to walk for me, I'm gonna fight a little harder to stay here in this safe house.
Knowing that from rescue to recovery is a hard road, Roger keeps marching forward, working to open more eyes to a problem that is all around us.
It'd be great to see more men taking a stand for victims and survivors of human trafficking. The first step is awareness, and the second step is education.
Brooke Shafer, CBS 4 News.
CBS 4's Miami Proud is sponsored by FPL. At FPL, we're always planning, preparing, and investing in an energy future Florida can depend on. See how at fpl.com/value.